to our papers now. Morning, Jenny Critchlow.
Morning, Trish. How are you?
I am very well. Now, let me get this right. Former shaman?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Just explain what a shaman is.
It's someone that gives good advice, hopefully.
That's it, yes. Sound a bit like my other half. I always give you good advice, just you never take it. What if I could call him a shaman? And you are sort of a motivational, feel-good coach.
I have a weekly podcast, that kind of thing. Everyone tunes in.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Why Now. You can get it on iTunes and stuff. That's a bit of a plug. Thanks, Trish.
I'll get told off, but it's all right. Right, let's start with Blue Monday, because it is supposed to be the most depressing day of the year. How do we stop it? If we're going to work this morning, we haven't been paid, we feel fat, we feel our resolutions have gone out the window.
Well, I'll say this first, Trish, is that's all thoughts about stuff. And our thoughts create a lot of our suffering. And the one thing we have complete control of in our lives, possibly the only thing, is our attitude. So today, Blue Monday is going to be the best Monday I can possibly live. And I'm going to focus on that.
So if you say that to yourself, I mean, they say we are what we eat. Are we what we think?
Well, our thoughts, we believe our thoughts. And when we believe our thoughts, we then take them in as reality, and reality is perception. So it's understanding that we can choose our thoughts, we can filter out what we don't like, and we can put in what we do like. And so we can call it Blue Monday if you like, but that's just a story. And we tell ourselves stories, and we tell other people stories, and then we all wade in with an opinion. And actually, we could change this to Amazing Monday if we wanted
to. Well, it's going to be an amazing time this morning. Get on down to the Open Centre here at BBC Coventry and Warks. You're just across from the Transporters Museum, just by Sainsbury's, because we've got a big event in the Open Centre, or a reception area here, where we're going to get you to just have a bit of fun with some art, do a bit of doodling, and just escape any Blue Monday feelings that you may be experiencing. There'll be tea, coffee. Everyone's going to be here to enjoy it, and Vic Minette's going to be holding forward as well. So change your mind, it'll change your attitude.
Don't believe your thoughts.
Absolutely. Let's go on to your next story in The Guardian. How to be a good what?
How to be a good listener. This is an excellent article, and I think it starts with, because I was trying to find some positive news in all the newspapers this morning, Trish, and there's so little, and we've got so many opinions there, and we've got loads of ways of beating Blue Monday, but actually we're reading papers filled with stuff to worry about and filled with stuff to feel bad about. And we all think, well, I've met most people who think that they're a good listener, and not many of us know how to listen. And understanding that how to listen is simply not having a thought. Is to sit with people and be very present with them. One of the most amazing gifts you can give someone is to be completely present with them without thought.
Because there are so many of my friends, I do love them. I suppose I'm a bit like this, where they start telling you something, and before, or you start telling them something, and before you finish your first sentence, they say, actually, I went through this. And before you know it, you've gone from talking to someone to hearing about them.
Yeah, we make it about us. We find a matching story, and we say it's to relate with each other. And actually, really, what any human truly wants is to be seen and accepted for completely who they are. And that can be done so easily by simply holding eye contact and not thinking, just listening. Truly.
I'm going to try that today. I'm going to listen to you, Andrew, my producer. I'm going to listen over coffee. I'm going to listen to you and not talk. See, look, she's laughing.
Not talk, not think.
Not think. I don't think anyway. She tells me what to think. But you're right. Just be a good listener. Less of this. And more of, I just did this.
I saw it.
You saw it as a radio. I just did that thing where you zipped up your mouth. Yeah. But it is good, you're right. Let's go to your next story. 7 minutes to 8. The voice you're listening to is Jenny Critchlow, who's doing our newspaper review this morning. Now, I'm interested in this story because I'm interested in lonely people. A lot of lonely people have come to our walk we do every Thursday. Tell us about this story.
It's in the Daily Telegraph, and it's lonely turn to GPs when they just want to chat, says NHS chief. And Blue Monday, loneliness, all of these things, what we're really looking at for people is a lack of connection. And what humans need for their good mental health is connection. It isn't how we look. It isn't. We can be surrounded by hundreds of people and feel lonely. It isn't necessarily about being alone. It's having connection with other people.
So are they saying that people are actually just going to their doctors not because they're ill, but they just want to have a chat? that?
Yeah, I don't, not necessarily consciously. They might think that there's something they need to go and talk about, or think that they're ill in some way. But actually, what we need is that connection to be listened to. This is the whole thing.
I mean that's sad, but also, we know the GPs are stretched, and that must put a burden on the GPs and their waiting times and whatever. But like you say, they just want someone to speak with.
And a lot of our behaviour is unconscious. Most of us aren't particularly aware of why we're behaving how we do. And so it doesn't mean that people sit there and think, I'm a bit lonely, I'll go and talk to the doctor. I think there's more unconscious behaviour going on around that. But actually what someone is seeking is someone just to connect with them. Just to connect with them and allow them and hear them, as we talked about before.
Honestly, I've learned so much. And if you are listening and thinking, I feel a bit lonely, on a Thursday, do come down to our walk at the War Memorial Park, because honestly, Jenny, it's totally changed the way that I think about connecting with people, because I literally turn off my phone and I just walk around the park and I'm listening to stories. And really and truly, I've made some amazing friends, and that would never have happened. Richard Williams and I both do it. That would never have happened had I, been this busy, crazy, let me just check my phone, let me check this. We've got to slow down.
And be present. And remember, when you're out in nature, being present with nature is really therapeutic, because nature doesn't judge. Nature doesn't rush, and everything gets done. We had a really long winter quite a few years ago, and just basically the flowers didn't bloom till May. That's it. No one was stressed. The flowers weren't cross.
It was there.
It happened.
It happened. 4 minutes to 8. The Voice, Jenny, is doing your newspaper review this morning. Let's talk about the Daily Mirror, this new breed of gym. Because I'm with the gym, but my membership, it just is a waste of time because I never go. So what's this? What's this new breed
It says new breed of gym that trains your muscles and your mind. And it's an article about how you can do your mental health work while you're doing your physical body work.
How does that work?
Well, some of the gyms have got counsellors in there, or well-being experts in there, and some of the gyms have different themes on days, like Sunday is chill out day, and there's yoga, and Mondays where you set your goals for the week.
So are you saying some of those buff, muscled men that walk you past whenever I do go to the gym could actually be counsellors in disguise?
You know what? I don't know, but could be.
I may stop and talk to them then. As if you're listening, they're just counselling me. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, so this is good. So this is happening in gyms?
Apparently so, yes. It's in the Daily Mail today. And I think that really, you come up, when we're talking about everyone rushing and everyone being busy and we need to slow down, maybe this is counterintuitive to that, because what we're saying is work out and have your counselling in an hour, and then you can be fine, and then you can go off to the rest of your life. But it is lovely that we're looking at the idea that our mental health comes first.
Yeah. And do you know something? Hand on heart, I think, that's 10 years, or actually that's 5 years, when actually mental health is being talked about. I just think it's one of the best movements, because we all suffer from some sort of, anxiety, depression, whatever. And it's good to talk.
It's good to talk. It's good to be present. So Trish, there's a thing I'm doing a week on Friday. It starts on Friday, 10 till 2 at lunchtime in Touchwood, and I'm going to be sitting in the middle of Touchwood,
the shopping centre,
holding a meditation space completely for free, and you can come and get instruction if you want to.
Hold on a minute, forget Touchwood. What about West Orchards here?
We'll go there. We'll go there next. Touchwood are giving me a shot.
Good. In Leamington, come to our neck of the woods and do that. I wonder how many shoppers will just put down their bags though and meditate with you. Well, that'll be interesting.
Absolutely, meditate with me or get some instruction. Is that it's a place that you can just come and be seen and have that connection. You don't even have to talk.
Sounds wonderful. We've run out of time, Jenny. Oh my goodness, I could just sit and talk to you for ages. Before we go though, we are talking about village life, because it's going to be lauded in the capital later on today as part of national celebration of the village hall and the rural life. Have you ever lived in a village, or would you?
Oh yeah, I do live in a village, and I grew up in the middle of nowhere. But I think, again, I know I sound like a broken record. Actually, maybe there's more opportunity for connection there if people are loving it. But if people don't love it, there's a place for everybody. It's finding what works for you.
Okay, but would you thumbs up to village life?
Oh, definitely, yes, absolutely.
Everyone knows each other's business. Everyone knows each other.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. That's a story we're telling.
Oh, you're right. You're
I know.
Absolutely right. Switch the story and change the message. I fancy retiring to village life. I'd be one of those sort of Miss Marple for people.
You could. Come to our village. That'd be wonderful. We'd be best friends.
Will I stand out? The only loud one in the village. I love it. Thank you very much, Jenny. Lovely to speak to you. And yes, do that meditation in Coventry and Warwickshire.
Yeah, okay, we'll come there next.
Yeah, definitely. Love it. I'd love to do that. Thank you very much, Jenny. Keep letting me know this morning. Have you lived in a village? Would you? Morning to Vinda.